I'm working. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to turn my sound on while I was fucking coughing.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
I hear. Oh, it's. I hear myself because I have my stuff on in the background because I'm a dork. So, welcome to the Cosmic Bulletin, where I clearly know what the heck I'm doing now. Not. Hi, guys.
Hi.
It's your favorite duo. We're back.
Oh, I was like almost shocked. I looked at the screen. I was like, oh, that's me.
The reason it took so long is because I was trying to tweet, and yeah.
Oh, what was that sound?
Okay, so I have a new arm, and apparently every time anything like shakes it, the springs hit up against the pole, and so it vibrates and sounds like it's the Gong Show. So I apologize. So I don't have a green screen right now, so you guys get mini nymph in a box while you get a normal size DJ right now. I know it looks like crap. I hate it. Green screen is coming up soon, hopefully. So, hi guys.
Hi.
So,
We missed you guys.
we have. It's been a long time, but it's been on hiatus because I have been moving, and we share hosting the Cosmic Bulletin, and then my computer went out, so it just delayed our comeback even more. So thank you for being patient with us. I have missed doing this. I'm sure MissDJM has missed doing it as well. I enjoy having discussions about news, the latest news stuff with her. So yes, let's get started.
We're not going to cover the last 3 months that we missed.
No.
We're just going to cover the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
We're going to start off nice and easy for 2019. Our topics aren't going to be super heavy today, but we got some good topics to be talking about. If there's any questions that you guys have, any comments, please let us know in chat if you're watching it after the fact in our VODs or even on YouTube. Leave it in the comments down below, or tweet at us on Twitter at twitter.com/GirlStreamers.
That is, yes, perfect. So I guess we'll just jump right into it. I don't think we have like a proper opening anymore, so we should probably do our opening, our official opening. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Cosmic Bulletin. My name is Nymphodora, and with me is my awesome host, MissDJM. We are back for 2019. We thank you for waiting us out, but it's your favorite news show, and we are back. So, let's just get started, and let me make this as awkward as I can.
So, you guys don't remember our layout. We always start off with all of the different streaming platforms and bring up the news. So we're going to be talking about Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, and anything that they have that's new that's coming out. That's what our beginning segment is about. First off, starting is, are you a shoehead? Are you sneakerhead over there?
No, I had to think about that for a second. No, I'm not. I just like shoes that keep me from getting shin splints when I exercise, and I'm good.
So something that I thought was not necessarily, I didn't think that it would make sense hand in hand, but it actually really does, because a lot of actually my viewers are sneakerheads. So Nike is unveiling a shoe launch on Twitch, which might be the very first shoe launch that's going to be actually centerpiece is going to be unveiled on Twitch itself. And I thought that was actually kind of cool and kind of actually makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a massive following with the NBA 2K games. So, I mean, that's a really popular game to watch. And sneakerheads and the NBA game go hand in hand. I know most of my NBA fan friends are also sneakerheads. I don't know what the correlation is there, but it's a thing. And I think it's smart. And they have a Fortnite player, Nate Hill, who's also a member of FaZe Clan, actually doing, he's going to be making an appearance in the pre-show. It'll kick off at 8 a.m. Eastern on the Twitch's homepage, I think. It's just going to be on the Twitch homepage.
Where else would it be? Everything's going to be on their front page, especially if it's something that's going to be hosted by Twitch. But the whole sneakerhead thing and NBA 2K, that's like been like forever.
Right?
Because growing up in Cali, like everybody played basketball and everybody had the really nice sneakers, and you know they looked up to different basketball players. That's just where it just spurs off and just goes in. I think all of my friends, even to this day, that was like almost their first hobby, sneakers, and finding out where they can find the latest ones and what was at that time like Michael Jordan was the end all be all. It was like everything had to be like, oh, if Michael likes it, I gotta have it. And then it just grew from there. So that makes sense to have like, NBA 2K, what is it at now? 19? 18? I'm so lost with those.
I think it's at 19 officially. What date was that? Did it even have a date yet? Or was it just announcing? Because I don't see a date on it. I just see 9 a.m. It just says 9 a.m. with the 8 a.m. pre-show.
It says today.
Today?
Which was January 15th. So it was already passed.
Well, damn. I really do my information well. I totally missed it. So if you guys watched it, I didn't see that it said today. I just saw that it said it was happening. So if you guys watched it, let us know what you thought about it. It's super, I was alive then. You bought Jordans when they first came out, Carice? That's awesome.
No, she wishes she bought Jordans.
Oh, I see. Apparently, well, there we go.
No. For me, you know what? Okay, so this is my last sneakerhead thing. I thought it was crazy that growing up, that FUBU was such a huge thing, super popular, and I felt like my friends treated them like probably the current generation treats Yeezys right now. But like, you can find FUBU in Walmart now. Yeah. Walmart.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Falling from grace there. Yeah, trying to explain that to my son, who's like, oh, like, why don't you get these FUBUs? I kind of make fun of him because I know he doesn't really like that style. And he's like, who would buy Walmart shoes? I'm like, kid, when I was your age, everybody wanted these. Everybody. Now, literally everybody can afford it.
Man, God, FUBU, that takes me back, man. That takes me back.
All right, so next on top of it. So this was kind of an interesting thing that I think that's really cool that Twitch started integrating. So they opened up a whole new segment. But the way that they introduced it kind of doesn't sit well with me so much. I think it's just their wording. So Twitch is now has a support small streamers section or smaller communities. Because like everybody knows that everybody uses that hashtag when they're tweeting out support small streamers, so that when you click on it, you can find other, streamers using it and find that interest, and maybe you'll find somebody new. In theory, good idea. Wording, bad idea.
Right? Like, I saw a couple of suggestions because Gothic's model did a thread on it on Twitter, and some people were like, how about growing communities or something like that, not support small streams, because that insinuates that you want to stay small. And so it's kind of counterintuitive to what you're actually trying to do. Like, if you want to stay small, then that means you don't want to grow, right? So it's counterproductive to what you're trying to do here. So support small streams is a hashtag, in my opinion, that we should stop promoting and go more to in growth or growing, or just something of that manner, because that to me just feels like it's more accurate as to what most of us are doing.
Well, I think it has to do with changing somewhat the mentality of the people who use it. And some people find that it's actually really super helpful for them to use that. And they found some growth or connections through using that hashtag. But it's really just changing that mentality. I don't think necessarily that people want to stay smaller. Like, they want to grow to a certain degree. Like, everybody has their idea of what they want the community to be. Right. But I don't think anybody really necessarily thinks of like, oh, I'm going to use this hashtag because I want to stay smaller. But it's the flip side of that is also thinking, it's like, if you think and keep yourself in that mentality of I'm a smaller streamer, you don't really change and get yourself out of it. So for my suggestion for people who use a hashtag is, or even to just drop it as in consideration, and when you're using this community now that Twitch has, is that don't think of yourself as being a smaller streamer, because you're just going to stay in that mindset of like, oh, I'm just this, and it kind of gives in a way, anxiety to it.
Yeah.
Because you almost like labeling yourself of not worthy of somebody who has like a medium size or a bigger community. Just don't even think about the size of it. It's not about the size. It's about the quality of the people that are in your community.
Exactly. I totally agree with that assessment. I like what Shambot says, up and coming. I love that. That's a great suggestion too. That's to me, that feels more accurate as to exactly what it is we're doing. No, we're not huge. No, we're not, even medium sized, but we're not, you are small, but you don't necessarily want to stay small, right? Like what DJ just described. Like, I think that fits perfectly with what she just described. So, I kind of wish that they would take into account, like, the thousands and millions of people who have been like, yeah, can you change the name? We don't like the name. It kind of makes it look bad, but I like the concept, and I think it's something that we have been asking for a while. Is like a streamer spotlight deal for people who are not in the 5,000 and up range, right? Like, what is considered that's considered a medium, isn't it? 5,000. Like, a large is considered like 10,000 followers, right?
I guess that depends on who you're asking. It really, that's all about a perspective, because if you go for bigger companies like Corsair, I don't know why that one came up, but let's just go with Corsair. I'm pretty sure that they would probably consider 10,000 small.
Yeah, see, and to me, like, 5,000 is huge.
Yeah. So that really depends on who you're asking.
That's a fair point.
Up and coming is a much better use, better term.
But good on Twitch for attempting to actually, like, help out, right? Like, that's awesome, Twitch. We really thank you for that little bit of change. It shows, in my opinion, it shows that they are listening, albeit slowly, but they're listening. So that's awesome. So this next one is a big name that's in a lot of Elana. I watched the video and it's hilarious, and I feel really bad for her because it was totally an accident. She accidentally showed a penis on stream, and she shut it down quickly. It was obviously clipped, and I watched the clip, and I was like, oh God, that is a clear and utter, like, you can't, that was clearly an accident. I felt so bad for her because it was someone who put a dick pic in her Discord server, and she was playing Jackbox games with her community. So she was like, here, go into this chat, and she was showing like the sub chat and everything where she was going to actually put the codes, just to like explain to people how it was going to work. Like, we all do that when we're doing Jackbox. And unfortunately, someone had posted a penis picture in her Discord, and it popped up as she was scrolling, and she's like, and immediately like shut it down and was just like sat there. I was like, oh crap, like, that sucks, man. Like, that just sucks. But the reason I bring it up is it goes to show you have to be careful when showing your desktop, especially when it is something like Discord, because you don't know what could be on the Discord if you're trying to show something. Like, I highly suggest putting it in a separate thing and looking at it on a separate monitor before putting it up there. So, yeah, what's your opinion on that whole situation?
I think it's ridiculous that it even made news for anything, or it was that big of a deal. I mean,
that's fair. I think other stuff she's done is more newsworthy, but this one, it feels like she's not a saint. Okay, nobody's a saint, but it does feel like she gets picked on a lot more than others because of stupid things she does.
the thing is, I don't. Okay, what other things?
Like the copyright strike stuff, that was in the news where she copyright striked PewDiePie, and like, I kind of get why she did that though, because he was essentially bashing her name. But it feels like they call her out on a lot more stuff than they need to be sometimes. I don't know.
Well, for me, I don't think anything she's done in her past is a problem. They're kind of using her and as a means. Okay, so my theory is that they're kind of using her as like a punching bag, as a lesson to hopefully that other women won't really come forward and defend themselves, because her copy strike logs against PewDiePie was mainly because he was calling her a Twitch a lot and using her footage and going all that. She has every right to put in a claim for that. It was harassment.
Yeah.
But yet they made it seem like she was in the wrong for doing that, and that is really messed up that she said anything, which is ridiculous. And I think her previous thing was she sold some her undergarments on her Patreon. Like, it was a couple of them, but it was something like they brought it up and they hunted it down for something that happened like 5 years ago, before she even made a full name of herself.
Yeah.
And it's not like she was soliciting sex and like people are like, oh, why doesn't she break the terms of service? It's not. Whatever she does in her time, she's making her money, whatever it may be.
Right. Patreon
Who really cares?
And Patreon is not part of Twitch. Like, if she wants to do something on Patreon, she can do what she wants to do. And it just, yeah. It feels like there's a lot of bashing on her in particular. Now, some of the things she does on her own stream, or the decisions she makes, I'm like, okay, all right, I wouldn't do that. But I don't think she's 100% in the wrong. I don't think she's 100% innocent, because nobody is 100% innocent, but I definitely think that there's just this mentality of let's go after the women who utilize their assets a little bit more, essentially. And it's this mentality of like women have to be a certain way, and if you don't fit that, you're going to get crapped on. Like I get crapped on for looking like this, right? And people come in like tell me I need to lose weight. Well, if I look like a linity, I would get crapped on then too. Like there's nothing we can do to win. And it's a little frustrating. And then you see shit like this where clearly it was an accident, yet it's headline news because it's her.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Personally, in my own personal Discord, I do have an NSFW chat. I just don't click on it when I'm streaming. But at the same time, I don't...
Exactly. Don't click on it while you're streaming.
Well, it's not just that. Even if I did not have that, my only gripe with what she did had nothing to do with the penis pic whatsoever. For me, when it comes to Discord, whatever Discord may be, even if I'm streaming with other girl streamers and it's just on the girl streamer channel, I wouldn't bring up the Discord to show, even briefly, the girl streamers server. And that goes for all servers. Is just that, I don't know, it's a privacy thing. I mean, yeah, there's some servers that are super open and allows everybody to come in. But still, when you're talking and you're chatting with people in there's a certain level of privacy that you have. And I wouldn't put that on my stream.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to explain. Go to my Discord. I'll put it in there. Bam. You don't have to show your Discord itself.
I feel you on that. Like I totally get it. Sorry, I'm doing things on the fly as well over here because your head was like massive compared to mine, so I had to like change some stuff over. It's so sexy. It's so sexy. That's mean. Well, I mean, I'm an honest friend. DJ has a big head. No, I'm just kidding.
It's to fit my ego.
Wow. Because she totally has one of those.
But that is that. I mean, I don't really care. I think it's ridiculous. Some of the comments said that her breaking the terms of service. I don't think she did it on purpose.
Oh my God, I didn't even look at the comments because I was like, that's gonna turn into a shit show, right? Like I didn't even go there. I put it in there because it was news, and I was like, yeah, I'm curious what DJ's opinion is on this whole situation. Because we've discussed Alinity in the past because she's made, it's truly abnormally large, Carice's head. Oh, see, now they're talking about Carice's head in chat. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have missed
I don't have a problem with her. I don't know. I don't pay attention to as many streamers that I don't really follow as much as some. I mean, I have some friends that, I do have friends who are partner streamers who don't necessarily directly or purposely share their assets. I mean, they really can't help that they're well endowed, but they're not going to change what they're comfortable wearing with. And they get harassed for it, but they have the thickest skin and the kindest heart, and I love them to death. And you know what? It happens. It comes with the territory.
It's an unfortunate price that we have to pay. Which is why girl streamers exist. To show that, you know what? We're all just here to have fun. So,
and we're not here to just only have fun on Twitch. We can have fun on Mixer too.
It's true.
Twitch Mixers is finally kind of coming up. So Mixer's got their own version of their little microtransactions called Embers, which I always feel like the word microtransactions transactions is such a dirty word to use.
I know.
It is, but it pretty much is. It's exactly that. But Embers is Mixer's equivalent to Twitch's bits and Facebook stars. So they're finally finding different ways for their streamers on their platforms to benefit and have other means of support. I just didn't realize it took this long for that to happen for them. But
yeah,
there, it's happening finally.
I like the name of it. It's fun.
Embers.
Yeah.
Embers sounds so much cooler than bits.
We love
I
you,
even
Twitch.
like Facebook stars more than bits.
Embers sounds so like badass, right? Like versus Star. I like stars. Stars is cool. Bits is cool. Embers just seems like super badass.
So the only difference between the biggest thing, and I'm just gonna sound like total Facebook lover for this one, between those three platforms and their little microtransaction ways that they handle it, Facebook is the only one that gives away free money, bits, stars, whatever you want to call that, just for watching. Like you can buy them on your own, or you just watch your favorite streamers and you'll just get this notification like, oh, you have 50 free stars to give to your favorite streamer. Here's 100 or here's 500. Just for sticking around and watching. Mixer and Twitch doesn't do that. I mean, Twitch kind of does, but you have to watch the ads.
Right. Yeah. Well, see, with Facebook, the ads are kind of integrated the way Facebook is set up. So it makes it easier to do that, I think, whereas they're not like embedded in like shit on Twitch, right? Like Facebook, depending, I mean, if you're watching it full screen, obviously you don't see the ticker, but like you've got the ticker over here on the right that has like ads and all of that stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to, it's a lot more subtle for advertising, and it's actually a really brilliant advertising move. And Facebook is very good at that. I really hate to commend them for that, but it's smart. Like, it's really smart because it's out of the corner of your eye. You don't really pay attention to it, but later you're like, oh, I think I want a burger. It's like, it's that beautiful, like, subtle advertising just done very well. So, but yeah, welcome, Mixer, to the 21st century. Called streaming. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Because I know we've got a lot of girls who stream on Mixers, so that'll be really exciting for them. Because I don't think they didn't have anything else other than you just did a donation, right? Like, it's, how long has Mixer been around now? Too, it's been around for a couple years. No.
Yeah. Well, okay, they've been around and known as Mixer for 2 years, I think. And before that, they were, I can't remember.
I don't even remember what they were called before Mixer, but I know I was around.
Wow, Microsoft did a really good job of making sure you didn't remember that one because it was
right?
really bad then.
I don't, because, oh God.
It wasn't Ustream. I forgot.
Oh my God. Nicely done, Microsoft. Nicely done.
You completely forget about the crap show that it was before that. But yeah, it
Beam.
was...
Thank you, Pascal. It was
there
Beam.
Go.
Thank you.
It's been around for a while. It just was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was kind of like Ustream bad.
Yeah. It's improved a lot in the last 2 years. They've done a really good job with it. I hate to say it, but they have.
I wish I bought stocks in that time when Microsoft took over.
Right? Yeah.
I wish I did. So many things.
That's pretty much it for like streaming news. There's nothing really big on Facebook that caught my eye or on YouTube right now.
Ooh, I have one other thing to add because I only saw it this morning and it just reminded me and I didn't get to put it on here. So we're talking about Facebook and how apparently nobody uses it. Streamlabs OBS finally has integrated support for streaming to Facebook now.
Oh, nice.
So you get all of those nice little benefits and you get to use Streamlabs OBS for that to have it all integrated.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. All right, cool. I don't have a Streamlabs graphic to throw up there, so you just get to see our
It's
pretty
okay.
faces. I look like a fat slob today. Why do I have to wear a... I wore a shirt that kind of matches my background. I'm stupid. God, I just like blend into my freaking wall right now. This is terrible. What is wrong with me, DJ?
I'm in my pajamas.
Yeah, but your pajamas are cool looking. Speaking of cool things, we're gonna move on to SpiderMan.
SpiderMan, SpiderMan.
The official trailer for SpiderMan, not Homecoming, Far From Home has come out. And, yeah, I haven't seen Homecoming, so I don't know. I want to see it. The trailer looks good.
It was good. It really was good. It's taking me a little while for him to warm up, like for me to warm up to him as Spider-Man, because I really like Andrew Garfield. Before they up and decided to once again reboot Spider-Man. But Homecoming was actually really, really good. I definitely highly recommend you watching it.
I never watched the Andrew Garfield one either, actually.
I liked it. I really super did.
That is an
I thought he was a great.
opinion.
I think
most people don't
really?
like Garfield. Yeah.
I didn't like the one before him. I don't even want to.
Toby.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I liked Maguire. He was a good Peter Parker.
You thought so? I thought he was too emo. Like yeah, you ain't doing it for me, buddy.
Well, the Spider-Man verse that they went with, he fit in well. So I do like the Spider-Man game. I like the Spider-Man game version of Spider-Man. I think it's great. It's freaking fantastic. If you haven't played it yet, you should play it. I haven't finished it, so no spoilers, please.
So yeah, there's a couple things there. My favorite scene in this trailer so far is when he's going to go and pick up his passport. He does that little tongue twister thing. And I want to know, I want to see the outtakes about how many takes it took him to say, "Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please."
Right?
And I was like, I thought that was really good. I'm like, I like that.
It looks good. I like it. I like him as an actor. I just think that kid is he's adorable. He's just freaking adorable. I like him in the Marvel universe so far, like in the Avengers movies, which is the experience I have with him. So it's like a total of maybe 30 minutes. So I've enjoyed those sections of Spider-Man that I've seen so far.
What I do hate about this, and I know that they just got to do the advertising for it, and it's like 5 months away from time. I do not like that it was 100% confirmed that this happens after the fact, like after Endgame. So that's the next Avengers movie is Endgame. It's like, so pretty much you just spoiled, like, everybody comes back and it's all great.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could assume, like, already that was kind of happened, but you just immediately took away just that lingering feelings, like, but what if, you know? I was like, oh.
Because it was foretold, because Doctor Strange is like, there's only one way where we win this, right? Of course he's going to put into play that outlook, or that thing, right? So, but yeah, I totally get you. I understand. I understand, because you still have that, it takes away some of the anticipation for the other stuff.
100%, Emily. It's based after the fact. It's after Endgame. So when Doctor Strange says, like, there's only one way you can win this, you can actually interpret that in so many different ways, and what is determined, what is considered winning. I mean, you can win where you take out Thanos, and not everybody from all the superheroes come back to life or whatever it is. I mean, there could always be just that one or two or whatever that didn't make it or something.
Yeah.
This one just made it seem like literally nothing happened in their world. I'm Spider-Man. You know what? Even though I just died, I'm gonna go on a school field trip to London.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Here's Nick Fury.
I feel they should have waited to put that out. If I didn't realize that this was 100% after the fact. I feel they should have waited to put the trailer out then. If that was
But the thing is, they couldn't because I believe they wouldn't give them enough time to advertise it because, let's see, I think game is slated for May.
Oh.
I think it is, and then Homecoming is June. So they can't wait. They have to start advertising it. What I don't understand is where's the advertising for Endgame then?
Yeah. Interesting. Intriguing.
Thank you, Pierce. Thank you for that. It's April. Even if it is April that's coming out, they did 2 months time in between there and then whenever Spider-Man comes out. It's not enough time for marketing and to build up the hype.
Right. That is not far at all. You're right, Dennis. That's not far at all. That's interesting marketing choices. I'm curious now I don't know. Okay. Personally, I'm really curious about Endgame even more now. Like, how does it come back then if this is... What the heck, man? I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
Still gonna watch it. I'm just a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, how about the next movie? That's right, guys. Just Dance is getting its own movie. Did you know? Just Dance is getting a movie.
You mean like Bring It On and Step It Up wasn't enough, so they're just gonna add, we're just gonna call it Just Dance.
There isn't a whole lot other than Screen Gems, which is a subdivision of Sony Pictures. They've acquired the rights to make a feature film. And apparently there's been a pretty big competitive bidding over the rights to make Just Dance. Apparently there is a script, and that's about
Just Dance.
it.
Script done. Actually, I bought my very first Just Dance game a couple of weeks ago, and because I was such a diehard Dance Central player,
Yeah.
like I love Dance Central on the 360 Connect. But working out, I needed something to do that would fit my cardio, and I really hate running. And originally, that used to be Dance Central, so I decided to pick up Just Dance. And
I like the Just Dance games.
it's done, but like it's really good. I like the song choices, but I think I'm just so used to Dance Central giving that step by step of like, here's these moves you're gonna like, and they break it down to sections of like how you can learn the routine. Where this one is like, here you go, just make sure your hands in the right place. And I'm like, I instinctively want to match, like it says, you're mirroring the dancer.
Wait, Dance Dance Revolution has a movie coming out too?
Yes.
What? I totally missed that. What? Okay, what is the plot of these movies? Like, I don't understand what the plot... I mean,
See,
I'm... Okay.
I would totally watch a movie about Dance Central, or not Dance Central. Well, I would watch that too. Dance Dance Revolution over Just Dance, because for me, when it comes to Dance Dance Revolution, I just picture it being like this competitive scene.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what it was. I believe that's
Yeah.
what the trailer is, actually.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
If
Like,
I remember that correctly.
See, the only thing I can think of for Just Dance is like, I can't fathom like it, other than they literally wanted the rights to the words Just Dance. Like that's it. That's all. I don't know. Like, is it going to be a step up kind of deal? Like,
Just Dance doesn't have a storyline. Dance
Right.
Central has a storyline.
like there's no storyline for Just Dance. It's literally a workout game. That's what it is.
You know who's
It's an
gonna be
aerobic
starring?
workout game.
It's going to be starring Channing Tatum.
I wouldn't be
I'm
surprised.
just kidding. But who knows?
That's
It could be.
Wow. Okay. All right. Um, that's all I got for that. Like, okay.
That's all I can really say. What more can there be?
And that's all I got to say about that. So, this next information is we're now moving into our pop culture, and we got Riri on the brain. Well, I guess this was all pop culture, technically speaking, even though Just Dance was a game. Um, Riri is suing her father. So, according to the lawsuit, Rihanna has sued her father and his partner in their company called Fenty Entertainment for I don't know if I can say this word,
Egregious.
egregiously, fraudulently misrepresenting to third parties and the public that their company is affiliated with Rihanna and has the authority to act on her behalf. So basically, in layman's terms, what that means is her father and their partner was using her name for business. That's what it boils down to. And she is saying that they used, her father has solicited millions of dollars from unsuspecting parties in exchange for the false promise that they were authorized to act on her behalf and that she would perform at these various locations. And that to me is like, wow. What? What? If this is true, what a piece of garbage dad you are. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. You're using your daughter's fame for money. Like, that's terrible.
Tell me what parent of a famous celebrity has not taken advantage of their child, even though she is no longer a minor.
Right.
It happens a lot.
It does. It does. Which is the sad part. Like, it yeah. Like, lying to people saying, yes, my daughter will be here for millions of dollars is a step above the rest. That's, wow. Wow. I don't know if it's true. It's alleged. There's, obviously we don't know the results. They're going through all of that stuff right now, but so apparently her and her dad are not on a good wavelength there. So that sucks if that's true. And it doesn't even seem like he's taken money. Usually you hear things like this because they've stolen money, but no, it seems like she just doesn't like what he's doing to other people, which, man, that just puts Riri, like, even up further in my book. Yeah, I agree, Shambot. We've all been farmed out by our parents before, but this is on another level. I agree. I don't. That sucks, man. What have you got? Anything? What you got?
No, I'm not really surprised by it. That's all. I mean, people have a disgusting nature, and I think when it comes down to certain parents, I mean, I feel like they can't help themselves, especially if it wasn't something they were raised into.
Yeah.
Like, I can't picture Rihanna having children and then she doing that to her kids because it's something that she already lived through an experience and is well established into. She doesn't
Right.
have that. But I feel like if your parents weren't originally from that or were not necessarily poor, I'm not saying poor, but lived through that whole famous mentality and making this money and on these different things, they're going to take advantage of it when they can. It's really disgusting. It's really sad.
It's such a cynical way of looking at it, and that makes me sad. But you're right. Like, it is sad that this is not uncommon. Ugh. Anyway, speaking of other famous people lawsuits, Leah Remini is in the news for she is being sued by the Church of Scientology, because she's got the A&E special, Scientology and the Aftermath. According to them, her show incited someone to kill someone. So basically, it's a kid whose mom was going to be purified in their purification ceremony or whatever the heck they call it, and he ended up shooting the person. No, I'm sorry, he didn't shoot. He stabbed the who did he stab? Crap, I'm trying to find Chi Jen, yeah, which is just a member, just a random member. He stabbed her in the neck because he didn't want, I guess because he didn't want his mom to be a part of Scientology. I don't know, but they're citing that her TV show is what led this kid to do this. So, I've seen the show. Like, it never in her show does she say, you should go kill members of Scientology. So this is going to be an interesting lawsuit to follow. They've been going after her before that because she's revealing inside things of what goes on in the church itself. But it is a TV show, and it, yeah. So this is going to be an interesting lawsuit to see how they go about handling it, just because of the fact that, you know, it's a TV show and it's a popular TV show right now. So yeah. That's all we got. Like, it just happened.
I have never actually watched this this TV series called Scientology and the Aftermath.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a very interesting thing to be accused of, and like Fredrickson was saying, that's like playing video games for us being violent. That's like doing a lot of things. I mean, obviously this 16-year-old felt very strongly about, you know, whatever was presented during the show about the bad side of Scientology. It's personally not something that I fully understand would be a part of, but you know, you do you if you're a Scientologist.
Right, like, I mean,
it is a scary side of it that people just don't understand, and it's a very scary thing. And I'm sure to some certain degree, I mean, if it, like, just doing research, sure, it seemed like he came across this TV series after even looking up other information that led him to watching this series. That it was probably a very scary thing for him to accept and let his mother be a part of.
yeah.
Was his actions the best way to be handled? No, it really isn't. But this boy really loves his mom and would do anything to just not let that happen to her in a way, if whatever way he felt about it. But trying to blame a TV show for trying to incite that's kind of like, well, you know, I'm not even going to say that. Never mind. We're not even going to bring politics into it. We're not going to bring politics into this thing, because I can say a whole lot of other things about it. But that's just pretty much like saying how, like, anybody that says something that's like has their opinion, that is kind of in a way supporting something that you're already feeling, that's like blaming them for it.
Right, exactly. I 100% agree. It's like blaming video games for people being violent. It's, if someone's going to be violent, they're going to be violent. It's in their nature to be violent or not, right? You make that choice. Someone, like, I don't know. I've watched the show. Never does the show insinuate you should stab people or kill people in the Church of Scientology. So, yeah, that's going to be a really hard one for them to win, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I don't know, like, but Yeah, so yeah, she is a celebrity and she's being sued, and not really surprising, to be honest, because it's not the first time they've attacked the show. It's just this is like the biggest one. So that's that for our pop culture news, essentially, for the entertainment news. Um,
Gaming news.
yeah,
We all love games.
these segues, man, we're so good at them. We're so good with the segues.
That's why we're all here. This is why we're all in Twitch. It all starts with video games. It didn't start with the food. It didn't start with IRL. It's video games, guys. That's what we're here for. First one. So, speaking of very interesting ways of handling it law-wise and trademarks and whatnots, Forza Horizon 4 is removing the floss and Carlton dance, especially after everything that's going on with Epic and their use of, the lawsuits that are against them for, I think it was, it's 2 millis going after him.
There's a lot going after Fortnite.
There is a lot, and it's really spreading off of like trademarks of dances, so they're going to be removing that.
Yeah.
Probably smart, be on the safe side, because nobody's really ever had to file a lawsuit for using a dance.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people, you can't market moves, but you can. It's called choreography, and someone created it. So, yeah, I don't blame the people who created their dances, and now they're like, wait, I created this. Why am I not getting some kind of royalty from it? Like, I totally respect that. Like, yeah, so and that's gonna probably be a suit with Fortnite that's not gonna get settled in the next year. That's a suit that's gonna go for a while.
I would believe there'll be new trademark laws that are going to be established, and people who are going to be paying for the rights for different moves. But really, the Carlton and the Backpack Kid are not the first. Actually, 2 Milli has been complaining to Epic since they started using his moves, the Milli Rock, which I think it's called the swipe. I can't remember 100% what it's called, but they were using his Milli Rock dance in it, and 2 Milli was the very first one, and for the while, the only one that was complaining about it. I don't even think Snoop Dogg really jumped in on it until later, and then finally, I think after a year and a half or so, 2 Milli finally officially filed their first lawsuit against Epic for that, and then it was followed along with everybody else. And part of me feels like, yeah, okay, everybody says like, oh, it's going for the money because it's always for the money. I think they would feel differently if they were giving credit for it, if they were, a part of the creation process for it. Yeah. And yeah, maybe some parts of it is money. But if it's something that you created, something you worked on, especially if it's something that's like your signature move that you want to be credited for your work no matter what.
Right.
And you know what? If you're going to be constantly ignored and the people are like, oh, that's just ridiculous. It's just a dance. You can't trademark a dance. You know what? I would fight back. I'd fight back even harder.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it's like taking, I mean, I had a conversation with my buddy who does actually music licensing over at NBC, and with the digital aids and everything, like the copyright stuff is just gone out the window. Like it's changing constantly because it's really hard to keep up with that stuff, and like there's essentially no such thing as fair use because there's no way to have a true fair use policy anymore in the digital age. Absolutely no way, which is understandable, which is why a lot of people are getting copyright striked when their music is being used or video stuff. But I mean, these are people who actually took the time to create these things, regardless of whether or not it was like 5 minutes they make these moves up or 5 years they made this move up, right? Like, you've got to be able to give credit where credit is due in the creative process. And it's not fair for you to take a painting that someone created and sell it as your own. Like, that's not right. And that's what they're doing with the dances. They're not giving credit. I mean, even if they just went to 2 million and was like, hey, I want to use your dance. Can I pay you a lump sum to use your dance in my game? That's completely different than just putting it in the game, right? But you don't think about that because it's a move. People don't think about that kind of stuff, but it's still a choreography. Even if it's like 2 steps, 3 steps, he created that particular signature move. So it is copyrighted without him even having to go and copyright it because he created it. He created the move. So yeah.
Any more you want to say that?
I'm just reading what
says
Kinky
you can
said.
copyright a dance, but it's usually a full-blown thing like Swan Lake. Yeah, you can copyright an entire routine, but if it's just a certain move, there's no laws for that one. There's no ways.
So it definitely, I think it's a good thing in the digital age because we need to establish like some lines, not to the point of Article 13 in Europe, but we definitely need to establish some lines there, where it is okay to use versus not use. Like Kinky said, they all deserve the respect. And now the money for their work. And it is ridiculous that Epic decided to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. And I agree. There are certain cases where it's okay to ask for forgiveness. Like, go ahead and use it and then ask for forgiveness. But, like, when they say, no, I'm not going to forgive you, you need to pay, well, then pay. You know what I mean? Like, at least give credit where credit is due somewhere. And it's definitely going, I agree, T-Fred, it's definitely going to establish future copyright laws. So, moving on, unless you have anything else to say.
Nope, we can move on because we're going to stick with Epic here because Fortnite Season 8. You know what? I've been actually really, really, really good about not playing Fortnite.
I haven't
For a while,
played it.
I was playing Fortnite like 4 or 5 days out of the week. And I am glad. I feel like I should be going to an AA meeting. Like, hi, my name is DJ. I have not played Fortnite in 3 weeks. Hi, DJ.
I'm currently addicted to Rainbow Six Siege. Thank you, Kink Nightmare. I hate you, but I don't.
But yeah, my son still plays it, and I didn't even realize. Like, my son posted in my Discord just like a screenshot of the Fortnite map, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what are you trying to show me here? And I'm like, I'm just waking up this morning. He's like, Mom, it snowed. What? What are you talking about? It's too early for this. It snowed in Fortnite. I'm like, the snow was already there. No, Mom. The dude broke out of his snow globe and it snowed. I'm like, what, dude? This is how long I haven't played Fortnite, and I feel so proud of myself. I had to go and just like figure it out, and he was showing me his playback about this whole thing and the snowing. So there's snow all over the map now, and I didn't realize that like how long it's been. That Season 8 is literally almost here, and I actually am almost kind of stoked that I don't know anything about it. Like, spending 7 seasons of like paying attention of everything that's happening, the story, which is really cool. Okay, the way that Epic implements it and it leaves these little hints and constantly changing. And the thing is, it never really leads up to what you think it could possibly be. Like, they can go through like these. They're like the M. Night Shyamalan of video games, because they're like, yeah, we're going on this way, and then like there's a plot twist. Here you go, and like, what?
I agree.
Okay.
I love the way they implement their stuff. I mean, I don't play the game anymore because I'm just not into it anymore. Just, I don't know.
I enjoy it, but it is a genre that, as popular and as much that the community loves Fortnite,
right.
I think they equally hate it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they expect like the high profile streamers like Ninja or CDN the Third. They expect them to play Fortnite. But if they go down to other, up and coming streamers, go to there, um, they don't want to see that stuff. They want to see other stuff
Right.
there, and they're like, oh, it's kind of sucks because there are some up and coming streamers that are actually really really good that don't have that attention. But I don't know. I still
like
enjoy
it.
the game. I just don't want to stream it.
I don't miss it. It's like it's gone the way of WoW for me right now. Like I like the game, but I don't miss it. I appreciate it for what it is. Like it's actually a really well done game. It's a well created game. But I don't know. Like I enjoyed Fortnite playing with friends, and my friends right now have moved on to Rainbow Six Siege. So games like that are games that I enjoy. I don't enjoy playing by myself. I prefer to play with friends, and I'm okay with that. So I can't go in and play a battle royale by myself. I get too salty. I can't.
I'm not so good at most battle royales solo. Give up MissDJM, just play Rings of Elysium. I think I'm just gonna call a break on battle royales. Although I think somebody told me that there was a Stardew Valley battle royale or something like that.
What?
I think somebody told me that. I'm like, what? Why?
I'm gonna have to look.
Why
into
does such
that
a thing
now.
exist?
Although I
It
will
was something
say
like that.
I do like Rapture Rejects, but that shit is just hilarious. Like that game's just goofy fun, right? That's just a silly game.
Okay, it's a mod. It is a Stardew Valley battle royale mod.
What? Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, so there is one of that, just battle royale everything. I have been enjoying playing my single player games and stuff like that. I do like to follow along somewhat of the story. I just don't know, like for Fortnite, like there's so many things that, okay, your plot twists are kind of like it's cool, but I would like some clear things. So I think apparently what happened, like it doesn't make sense. A lot of the stuff doesn't make sense. It's kind of like having, yeah, you ever played with a toddler and like you're like, oh, let's do a tea party, sure, and they're serving you tea out of their fire truck into your Play-Doh cup, and then they tell you it's like you don't drink tea with your hands, you drink it with your feet and your pinky toes up.
Yeah.
What? And like, oh, but you can't drink it without wearing this hat. It's like it's something like that. That's how I feel like Epic makes me feel. Like, okay, you're not making any sense to me now. I don't know what you're
Really
doing.
good analogy. That's a really good
But
analogy.
you go with it.
I
You go
totally
along
get it.
with it because it's fun. You go along with
Exactly.
it because it's fun.
Exactly. That's such a beautiful analogy. Epic and Fortnite is like a toddler's tea party. I dig it.
Which
Yeah,
I totally did
Riley-
have. I had that is actually a real story too, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go with this. This is the best tea party ever.
I love kids. They're great. What I love most is I can give them back. I love my nephew. He is like the greatest thing ever, but he doesn't live with me, which is even better. Anyway. Moving on, we have an expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, and I don't know how to pronounce that. So, Elsewhere? I don't know how to say that.
Elsewhere?
Elsewhere? Oh. I don't know. But
One of
this
those letters
trailer's-
have to be silent.
Right? It's pretty. And it's all about the Khajiit. It's all about the cats, this expansion.
Ew.
So that's... I have wares if you have coin.
I never got into Elder Scrolls Online. I tried it. It wasn't for me.
I never tried it. I know that one of my mods is trying to get me into Elder Scrolls, and I know that he'll be excited for the expansion. I like that the game is still bringing out fresh new stuff and is keeping, because I honestly thought Elder Scrolls Online had like fallen by the wayside, but no, like this is, they're keeping up with their stuff. I mean, it looks beautiful. So hopefully Bethesda can maybe somewhat redeem themselves a little bit with this, maybe.
Part of me wishes that Bethesda would actually take on making a true Lord of the Rings MMO. I think they would do it justice and they'd be great at it.
You really, even with the Fallout stuff, like the Fallout, like pun intended.
That was their bad idea of like, let's make a first Fallout and we're just going to remove all these other things that people have grown to love about the Fallout series. That's where they felt, well, no, not only their bad implementation of their servers and everything like that, but it's like they took out the core things that people loved about the single player experience of Fallout.
Yeah.
In return, like, here, you can play with your friends. But you took away everything we loved about Fallout. Now we have this. But when it comes to if you can create it,
so I just know that a lot of people are like, this is not good at all. And that's disappointing because of all the people that, I mean, you are one of them who like paid the pre-purchase and all of that stuff.
I did not pay for that game.
Oh, you did? Oh, but you did because you got the helmet, right?
Nope. Are you kidding me?
Who got the helmet? Somebody got the helmet. I could have swore you got the helmet. Okay. All right. So you didn't. Okay.
No.
Okay.
But the thing is this that, I mean, I wouldn't compare it to them making or their Fallout game. They've obviously done Elder Scrolls is amazing. It's a beautiful game. It may not be for me, but that's a beautiful game. It's a lot of content. There's a lot to do, and it has a very dedicated fan base to it. It's not a small fan base to it either. That if they took that formula and they just, made a Lord of the Ring games. I mean, there is a Lord of the Ring MMO coming out. I just don't know too much about the company that's making it. I know that they've done other MMOs as well too. But if Bethesda had their hand on it, I'd trust. I'd have faith in it that they would do it justice.
I mean, Elder Scrolls is a beautiful game, and that whole like franchise is just well done. They have a great team who works on that franchise. Has anybody played? Has the mobile Skyrim game come out yet? And has anybody played it? I don't think it's come out yet, has it? The one that they announced at E3. I don't remember the name of it. I don't think it's come out yet.
Yes. No, I don't think so. I think I actually have it free, whatever it is.
Yes, T. There is another Lord of the Rings MMO. It was announced sometime in September. Yeah, but not much else has come out about it. Just the announcement of it. So,
Anthlon Games is the one that's going to be working with Middle Earth Enterprises. Here you go. Here's the article.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it, but
we did.
There wasn't much about it back then when we talked about it. So, and I haven't seen anything pop up since then either. So we'll see.
I don't think we're going to hear anything about it for a bit. I mean, I don't think it's slated for even 2019. Yeah. I would expect that game to be ready probably, if I had to guess, earliest mid 2020.
Yeah, probably. If they haven't already, if they're not starting from the bottom right now with the announcement. Like, it could be an announcement and they're like, yeah, we're just starting. That's going to be a hell of a lot later. But we'll see. I'm excited to see what it'll be. So, speaking of Battle Royales, Blackout has a free trial for a week. Free trial live right now. It started today, 2 days ago on the 17th and will continue until the 24th. You won't have access to the multiplayer or zombies mode. You'll just have access to the battle royale mode. And I guess they're doing this as like a test and everything. But for those of you who are unaware, Blackout mixes up the Battle Royale formula. They add, their version. It's their version of the Battle Royale.
Which isn't bad.
I've heard some pretty good things about it. So if you guys wanted
There's
to
people
try,
who didn't mind paying the $60 to get it. Yeah, you can fly a chopper. You know what my favorite thing is? Like, get to the chopper. What I think is really nice is that I wish the other battle royales would implement is the fact that you can move and heal at the same time. You don't have to sit there stationary to heal. You can move and heal. Or when you're underwater, you can heal yourself, and you can also you actually can shoot underwater. It's nice. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Nice. I think Ashley Overboard has it, and she loves it. She's loving the new Black Ops game. So she said Black Ops 4 is amazing. I haven't played enough of Rings of Elysium to really know much about that game yet, but
I haven't played it. I think the last time I played Rings of Elysium was actually a year ago. Just before Fortnite, I think. It was like in my weird phase of like, I'm kind of tired of PUBG.
Yeah.
But I want something else, and I think it was before then.
I got Rings. I just haven't. Again, I'm on a siege kick right now. Not sure why, but I'm getting fairly decent at it. So, I seem to be better at that than I was at Fortnite or PUBG. So I'm gonna stick with it right now. But yeah, so free trial until the 24th. So if you guys wanted to try out their Battle Royale mode, you have until Thursday. This coming Thursday. So that's a good amount of time actually for that. I'm impressed. So moving on to the next game, that Jurassic World Evolution has sold 2 million copies. And that's all I had to say about that.
Super exciting. You know, I gotta go and look into this game because I realize I don't know what this game is. Okay, I know it's about Jurassic Park. I know dinosaurs.
So basically, the makers of Planet Coaster created this game. So you're creating a park, a Jurassic Park is what you're creating.
I get to be Colonel Sanders then.
Yeah. It's got a pretty decent following. I've seen a couple people playing it. It's a cool little sim game. I don't know why I haven't like tried it out or anything. Like why I haven't. I like this tag that IGN has. Sales find a way. Nice, IGN. Nice. But I knew it had a following. I didn't realize that it had that big of a following. Because, I mean, it just came out last year, July. It hasn't even been a full year, and it sold 2 million copies. So, clearly, it's an enjoyable game.
Okay, I gotta go and try it then. Whenever I have another Steam sale. I can't justify buying another game.
I mean, that's pretty dope, yo. That's pretty. It's Kinky says it's a solid game, and T Fred says season 2 has a new map.
Because they're talking about Rings of Elysium.
Oh, Rings of Elysium. Oh, okay. My bad, yo. Anyway, moving on. So there are actually quite a few lawsuits happening in in our news today. So now there's a lawsuit against Red Dead Redemption 2. The Pinkertons still exist, and they are suing over the use of their name because they are saying that the name is being portrayed. So they think that the developers have created a false representation of the Pinkertons, and they yeah. I don't. There's not. I mean, there wasn't.
So
much
they pretty
in the
much don't like. They
article.
like that you're using our name, but you're kind of painting this bad picture of what we really are. So either we want you to stop using it, or you can pay us for it.
So, so the Pinkertons, yeah, essentially, the Pinkertons are suing Red Dead, but Red Dead is also countersuing. Rockstar is, or not, it's not Rockstar, it's Take-Two. Yeah, Take-Two Interactive is countersuing, claiming that the characters are within the protection of the First Amendment and are requesting the characters to be declared fair use, arguing they're part of Red Dead Redemption 2's detailed historical setting. It also explains that the detective agency appears in other Western fiction and that the agency played. This is here. I'll link the IGN article. There isn't a lot of information on the case right now. It's like 3 paragraphs long, essentially.
But if they're going to be doing that against Rockstar, they got to do it for the other games that have their names also listed into there as well too.
Exactly.
And not that I'm saying like, you know what, you should just go for all of them. This circumstance definitely feels like it is a money grab.
Yeah, well, it's Take-Two was also in a lawsuit with Lindsay Lohan, who filed a complaint accusing Grand Theft Auto 5 of using her likeness in the game without her consent. I don't know whatever happened to that. I remember that, but I don't know if that even went anywhere. Did that ever go anywhere? Oh, it was dismissed. Okay.
Because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, so that was dismissed. So, okay, so when you are a public figure, there are certain things that you don't have access, that you don't have rights to when you're in public, not when you're a public person, but when you're in public, you don't have certain rights like out in public, right? And so when your face is like out there a lot more, it's a whole legal thing, and yeah. So generally speaking, when it comes to having the use of a name, most like films in the film industry, and I don't know if they do this in the gaming industry, but like if somebody wanted to use my name, my full name, and I was on set, they'd be like, we're going to use your name. Here's $1 for us to use your name. Okay, that's fine. And that's why a lot of characters in like TV shows and movies are named after people who worked behind the scenes, because you do have to have the right to use a name, but it also keeps them from being sued from people who are like, oh, because there's not one person who has their name. Everybody shares a name. It's just a thing, right? So, it's so that other people can't come up and say, well, that Nymphodora is about me and my life. And it's like, no, actually, we're using this girl's name. We paid her. Here's a contract, that kind of deal, right? So, in this instance, when it is a public figure like that, you definitely get into some legal grounds there. Right. Yes, Carice is actually right. You can cover yourself by adding a clause, all that stuff. So it's a valid suit on both sides. So it'll be interesting to see where this plays out. I don't think the Pinkertons, personally, I don't think the Pinkertons will win, because of the fact that it's a public entity, and you can just research who the Pinkertons are, and this is Rockstar's or Take-Two's take on history, right? Like, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. Granted, I'm not an attorney and I'm not involved in the case, so I could just be talking out my ass. But anyway, that's that. The next game I'm super excited about. Did you see this one?
Yeah, I already signed up for it. Are you gonna say I didn't know you could sign up for it?
No, I signed up for it. I've signed up for it as well. So Harry Potter, there's another mobile
Harry Potter
game coming out by Niantic, which is the developer of Pokemon Go. And this game was announced, it's Wizards Unite. It was announced in 2017, and I completely forgot about it until this week.
No, I've been excited for this because I think there was like a teaser that nobody knew if it was a real thing. I think it was from like middle of last year, just before they announced it. Because I think that video might have like kind of leaked out. And I think people didn't think it was a real thing to have it. And then they're like, no, we're making it. Harry Potter's Wizards Unite. I was like, yes. And then still, it was delayed a little bit. So, because I think it was supposed to be out on the later part of 2018, and so now it's sometime 2019 at some point.
You know what?
So
I'm
you can
okay
totally
with
go and link
them
that.
delaying to make it a good game. I mean, I still play Pokemon Go. They have significantly improved Pokemon Go, and so I'm excited about this. I
haven't played
excited.
Pokemon Go in a while. The only reason why I reinstalled it is because I got Let's Go Eevee.
Oh,
And you can link those too. So that's why I have it.
nice. Yeah, I reinstalled it. I stopped playing it because the first edition of Pokemon Go was just like not good. It had issues, but it's improved a lot. A lot. So I'm really excited about this. Completely forgot that it even existed until this week. And then, yeah. So basically, it's an augmented reality game. You can do spells and find things in your wizard life in the Muggle world now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. So excited for this.
I can't wait to tell my goddaughters because I'm waiting for them to come. Like my goddaughters, she is. Oh, I'm a terrible godmother. She's 6. She turned 6. She turned 6 this year. She's actually on book 5 of the series. She's on year 5.
Nice.
She loves it. She absolutely loves it. And her little sister, who's 3, I swear she doesn't like watching the movies or she does like watching the movies. She doesn't like watching the scenes in which Ron is not in it.
That's my girl.
Like
That's
she's
my
all about
girl.
Ron.
Ron's the best, man. Ron's
Like,
so much better
where's
than
Ron?
Harry.
Where's Ron Weasley? Where's Ron Weasley? And all that. And I bought my my goddaughter we talked about it before. The Kano learned to
Oh yeah. The
program
coding.
the wand. Yeah.
Yes.
She loves coding. She's like, she absolutely loves. She's
That
got
thing was
JavaScript
so
down better than I
cool.
do. But yeah, she got it and she's super excited and she loves it. But she was also kind of ignoring her other presents, so it's kind of like one of those things that it has to be temporarily hid for a little bit so she can play with her other toys and all that. But she's like a Harry Potter fanatic, and I'm like, I'm so proud.
Someone gave me this pen, and it's not the best pen, but it's a fun pen, and I like it. It's the shrunken head. It's got a shrunken head on the top of it. It's from Funko Pop. It's great. I have so many Harry Potter things. I love it. I'm so excited. I think this is gonna be a fun game. And our final game announcement, which I'm sure all of you know and will be excited about, Mortal Kombat 11. So I was watching some gameplay of this earlier today. It looks pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I liked it. I finally got around to watching. I didn't get to watch the reveal day. I was too busy working, so I actually watched it this morning, and I like what I saw. I thought it was like really cool. I like everything that they had happening. I wish I could have gone to the event. My boyfriend was invited. There's a group of just streamers and fighters and competitors that were invited to attend in LA, and all I asked is like, I can't go because I wasn't invited. Which I think, you know what? I think they had the coolest way of inviting people. Let me see
Oh
if I can answer.
yeah. They had like this coin thing that they used, right?
Never mind. So they got this in the mail, an actual nice black envelopes, which anything that's black, if I can get it in black, I love it. And I don't have a collection of black envelopes, and it was really nice and had the like silver inking on it, and in the back it had the dragon, the Mortal Kombat symbol stamped into it to close the envelope. It was really, really nice. And then inside of it, it was like nice fancy with a
He's
yellowish
handing you
gold things, which is this one right here.
Oh yeah, that's sexy looking.
Like,
That's
this is
really
cool.
beautiful.
That is really nice. I like how this says this invite is non-transferable, like it has your name on it. But like the coin on this thing is nice and like sorry, like it's just really cool. And I thought that was like, he's been invited to other things before, but they don't give fancy things like this.
That's a really cool invite. That is a super cool invite. Very well done, Mortal Kombat. Very well done.
It's going to be definitely displayed, because if you also attended and you were invited, he also got something cool. I don't know where we're going to put it. Nymphodora says that she thinks that this looks like giant coffee.
It looks like a big coffee can. Like Mortal Kombat coffee. Come on. Kick the day's ass with Mortal Kombat coffee. Come on.
I don't want my coffee to finish me. But inside of it is, I love this thing. It's secretly down low. I actually love hourglasses.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is gorgeous.
It's an act. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, I love that.
This is definitely something very kick-ass to like send home for the people that they invited as their emblem.
They went all out, man.
And then obviously it has the date and like the reveal and everything. I was like, oh, that is such a cool thing that they gave you.
That's wow. They went all out for that. That's really cool. Holy cow! I love that hourglass.
I feel like I know that Mortal Kombat is a fighter. It really is. It's one of those very first fighters that, you know, growing up, I played. I played Mortal Kombat before I played Street Fighter.
Same. And
they're always good. I can't fully picture them or take them nearly as serious. I know there's a competitive scene for it, and there's a lot of people that actively compete in the Mortal Kombat genre over there. But it's not, for me, I don't see it, I take it as seriously as, say, Street Fighter. But what I love and what I always think is so different, and it's like they're not stopping that, is that they always go that over the top with their fatalities. And that is the part that I love, because even growing up, like, they are the reason Mortal Kombat is one of the games that we have. Mortal Kombat and Night Trap are the reasons why we have an ESRB rating now. Because if you remember, just growing up, your parents, like, there's so much blood and violence and these deaths, it's just crazy.
Oh, it's so much worse now.
And you loved it. You loved it as a kid. And the only thing that's really changed is that playing it then is that the characters were more like human capture, where now it's like all, you know, programmed. It's all digitally drawn now, but the violence is still there. If not, it's even more over the top, and it's fantastic. Like, I love it. Like, the fatalities that they were going through, I was like, that's pretty badass.
I think it'll be, I'm excited. I love, I just love, they just go all out for everything with Mortal Kombat. It's a fun franchise, and it's like my first fight game, essentially. Gore, it's all about the gore, Mal, and I think that's why we all loved it.
Yeah, and that's like the like one of the biggest thing that sets it apart from all the other fighters there is because of that gore. And I'm okay with that. Like if it wasn't included into all games, yeah, that it will kind of lose its novelty. But that's the number one thing. I mean, the mechanics of it and what's going on, and how it's played is obviously a different mindset. But hands down, it's just those finishing moves.
Yeah. So and that kind of wraps it up for the gaming news. I know there was a lot more, but we just couldn't. We couldn't talk about every little piece of gaming news. Those were the top ones that I saw, especially with the fact I was trying to condense it down. Because if we were to go back since the last time we were here, we'd be here for the next week. So, moving on to technology, Windows 10 phones. If you are one of the like 5 people who still have a Windows 10 phone, get a new phone because they are ending support for the Windows 10 phone this year. And so you will no longer have security updates. You'll no longer have just literally no support because it's just not something that did well. Nobody has Windows 10 phones except for the 5 of you. So Microsoft is like, go get Android or iOS.
What provider is the Windows Phone on? Because I just got a new phone like 3 days ago at Verizon. I don't remember seeing a Windows Phone there. It's like I don't need an answer. I'm just like it's obviously
I think it's
providers who want to support it.
Maybe Sprint. I don't know. It's I didn't know that people still had the Windows Phone, but for those of you who do, yeah, you're not gonna have any more support. My brother had one once and immediately changed because it was that bad. I was like, wow, alrighty. That's fun. And then Alienware unveiled its new gaming laptop. It was at PAX South, right? That's where they unveiled it. I know they have a lot of their stuff being played on their computer. They have a lot of their stuff at PAX South, or they had a lot of their stuff at PAX South this week. But they now have a thin, light gaming laptop, and it is the Alienware M15, and they have, it is like almost 5 pounds. It's 4.8 pounds, 18 millimeters thick. So it is, gonna be a much thinner laptop than what it has been in the past. What are did we have a price on the basic one? I don't remember if there was a price on the basic one.
It starts at $1,380 for the basic M15.
Thank you. Here's the link, the Engadget review. They did a really in-depth review over it, and basically, according to Engadget, it is definitely worth the wait and is significantly better than the other gaming laptops that are out there right now. So yeah, if you guys need a new gaming laptop and have a couple $1,000s to drop, you should check out the Alienware M15. I've never used Alienware. I've used Asus, and I've always had good results with Asus. But my husband's computer is like that thick. It is massive. He's got an Asus gaming laptop, and it's just stupid how big it is. It reminds me of like the first laptop I ever had. That's how thick it is. Just with a bigger screen.
I was about to say that T. Frederickson Alienware was great. Basically, once Dell took over for them, it's kind of like their quality has gone down, and it's to the point where you can get a very decent, very good Dell gaming laptop But I think they just take that and they slap the Alienware look and name on it, and here you go. Here's,
Oh,
please pay us $500 more. That's
wow.
kind of how I feel about it, and that's like my personal thing. Um,
I didn't realize Dell took over Alienware.
you might as well just set an oven on your lap. Yeah, it just runs hot. I don't know how hot this one runs, but just overall, I'm not.
85 Celsius, he said, was the hottest it got for him, or 85 C, whatever the hell that correlates to. So, yeah, if you tout your award-winning support, it gets used a lot. That's fair. That's a fair assessment, actually, T.
He said 85 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
That's 185 degrees Fahrenheit.
Jesus Christ. My dude. He must be doing a different kind of, because that seems too hot to me personally.
Well, if it's a gaming laptop that's actually trying to push these ultra settings, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
Okay.
it runs hot.
All right. Okay, then maybe it is the degree marker he was using. Just be sure to let the M15 cool down before you put in your laptop. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that he said that was one of the biggest issues is it gets warm. So it's not a gaming laptop you can like sit on your lap and play while watching TV. Like you have to sit it on a laptop tray. I am the person.
Literally, you shouldn't put any laptop on your lap. I'm just saying. I know it says laptop. You shouldn't put it on your lap. Anyways.
I'm the person who actually uses my lap, but I use like a laptop table on my lap and then the laptop. I'm that person. That's why I like the magnetic things on the MacBook. Anyway. So, yeah, if you guys want an Alienware computer and you're still... There it is. They finally brought it out. It does. You're right. It does, T-Fred. It does. Next is Netflix. Netflix has upped its prices again, and you're not going to like them.
I don't mind it.
They have, well, the thing about Netflix is they're hemorrhaging money. Like I don't know how they're paying all of these people to make this content because they're hemorrhaging money, and rumor has it they're not going to last because of all of the money they're putting out that they're not bringing in. So I'm not surprised that they haven't actually increased the prices more than what they increased them. Your basic plan is now $11. It's gone up from where's the actual breakdown? I have the actual breakdown somewhere. I'm so organized. Okay, your basic plan will now cost $9. Their most popular option, which is the one most people have, the HD standard now costs $13, up from $11, so that went up $2. And then the 4K premium is $16, up from $14. So I think most people have like just the standard HD, which I mean $13 isn't bad, but when you're paying $13 or $15 for, you know, 5 different streaming sources, what's the point of cutting cable, right? Like that was the whole point of cutting cable. So they're gonna have to do something where they can, like, we bundled our Spotify and Humble Bundle Hulu. We bundled Hulu and Spotify, and we paid $12.99 for both, where we were paying $9.99 a piece for each. So that was actually really... I would not mind seeing more bundles like that for streaming services. Um, just so you can just so you can pick and choose what you want to watch more, right? Like it feels like I feel like cable could have done that and said, "Okay, you can actually pick and choose what channels you want, not just throw a bunch of channels at us."
So I'm gonna have to agree with Kiki on this one. I don't mind them bringing up the price because I like the content that they are producing and creating, and I watch the heck out of it. And yeah, I cut my cable. I cut my cable like 5, 6 years ago, and it was the best decision I ever made because at that time I only had my internet and my cable boxes, which I think I had 2 cable boxes, and I was paying some ridiculous price of, I want to say it was closer to like $180.
Yeah.
And of that, like I only pay right now, I only pay for my internet, which is like $63 a month or something like that, something really cheap. But yeah, I pay for my Netflix. I have 4 people that are using it, and I have the HD standard. When I get a 4K TV, sure, I'll upgrade it to that. But like Kinky says, like if they ask me to pay $20, I'd gladly pay $20
The only
because
problem that I have with it is the fact that you have like stuff like Disney coming out with their own thing. You have the DC Universe stuff. You have all of these different entities who are coming out with their own streaming program. So, and they all have content that was on Netflix and now it's not. So, what does Netflix have left? Aside
they're
from
all of
their
the content that they're producing, which
but they can't
is
pay the
great stuff.
people that they're making the content with is what I'm saying. So we have they've got to do something. I think they need to up it more personally for what they're creating. They need to up the subscription more because they create good content. It is solid content, but people are leaving the company because their business practices aren't smart. So yeah, there are some other things that go on behind the scenes of Netflix that it's I really wish that streaming services would do better at working for the consumer. It's like they were working for the consumer and now they're not because, it's an easy way to make money. So, yeah, you're right, Kiki. Hulu has public TV shows and ads, which helps their revenue, which is smart. Um, it's very smart, and that's part of the reason why Netflix doesn't make as much money.
Yeah, but Hulu has always been like that. If Netflix tried to implement putting ads in, do you know how much backlash they're going to receive?
Yeah.
Because and they have to stick with the pay model that they have, and that's why I just don't mind. I mean, you want to mention, companies breaking out and making their own streaming service. Well, I personally don't feel that Netflix is going to be hurting by missing their content. Yeah, but people want it. They really want to go and watch whatever Disney's going to put out. They'll go pay for a Disney Channel. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that Disney was actually a special paid channel, even if you had cable.
Oh, I know.
So that's not surprising to me. DC Universe, I am subscribed to that. I pay for $75 a year, but they offer way more. They're very much catered to a very specific audience there. But I still would never cancel or have any gripes with paying Netflix. I pay with my Hulu, I have Hulu, and I pay for the extra bonus of having HBO on top of that. I think it's like $26 a month, and I still don't. I watch them enough and it's used enough that I can justify paying it because, like I said, I have 4 people who are using my Netflix account. And then I think my Hulu account, I think I have like 3 profiles set on there. So there's 3 different people that can be watching on it rather than having, multiple people shell out money for it.
I think I'm coming across as like I'm bashing Netflix. I'm not bashing Netflix. I think it's smart. I think they need to raise the prices more.
But I would never ever go back to having a cable company ever again.
No, I like the freedom that you have with being able to choose your stuff like this. Um, it's just if you are a person who likes to keep up with every single new thing, every single new TV show, which there are people like that, your pocket's gonna start hurting soon. Like if you want all the DC, if you want all the access to the DC stuff and the Disney, because it will add up. It will add up and will be more than um, cable is, and it's gonna suck because CBS now is coming out with a streaming service. Um, it wouldn't surprise me to see all of them, all of the big ones, come out with a streaming service, and they should, honestly, because if you want to watch shows from NBC, you should be able to watch them and just pay a streaming service. That's, to me, that would be a smart move on their part.
I agree, Kinky. Public stations shouldn't make you pay for your service.
I think when it comes to like the news shows and stuff like that, no, that shouldn't. Local channels, you shouldn't have to pay for that at all. But I understand why like CBS is, because they have a lot of shows that they now create, and they have some shows that they create just for their streaming service that isn't on cable. So yeah, so some people will not be happy with the Netflix prices because this is the most they've gone up in the last, what did it say, 12 years. It's the most it's gone up since, like, usually it's a couple of cents here and there, but I'm with you. I don't mind paying extra for more. Because I want those people to get paid for what they do because they create good content. I personally want Netflix to make better business decisions so that they don't go under. And that's that.
I can't picture my life without Netflix.
Right?
CBS, Fox, and ABC are all public channels. They're going to be making, if they are making extra charge for that, but the regular show shouldn't be charged.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. If you're gonna, I agree with that, Kinky. If it's something that's available to the public elsewhere, I 100% agree with that. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable and I can't get comfortable. Like my chair is too tall, so I'm constantly alternating legs. I need a box so that I can sit properly. Yeah, I wish I could like actually have a conversation on Netflix, but I can't, because the information that I know was told to me from someone in the business. So I don't know what all is actually true and what's not, right? But anyway, that's it for that. I mean, not much else going on. I'm really great at these segues, y'all. We're doing such a good job with the segues.
Well, that pretty much ends this. Well, the last, we save for the best. That's last. Is all the stuff that we have going on at GirlStreamers. Personally, I want to say we've kind of been a little bit quiet, been a little bit low key about what's happening in, the GirlStreamers community, especially with, us being gone. But we are still trying to get into that groove after the holidays. It's that one thing where it's like, okay, we're gonna take a little break. We got Thanksgiving, we got family visiting, we got the holidays, we got the New Year's. It's like one after the other when it comes to like November. So here we are going into 2019, just like, okay, what are we doing now again?
Right? Yeah.
So it's been a little bit of a slow thing. It's kind of like we're still having our coffee. That's what January is. We haven't finished our coffee yet.
And I think that totally reflects on this episode because I have just done crap today. I'm sorry, guys.
So
we're still getting back in the groove.
A little bit of a groove there, but we're here. We're excited that this is going to be our first show for the 2019. I miss doing this with Nymphodora and having chats with you guys, and I appreciate everybody that has, stopped by, hosted, followed. You guys are awesome and amazing. Thank you for sticking with us for the last 2 hours now. 2 hours, wow.
What?
Or especially for something, yeah, 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna hit that 2 hour mark. But we'll just go through this, and we know we have some amazing members in our community. We're gonna start off with, we do have a new demimod. I don't know if anybody in the Discord has noticed, but she has a new bright color on her. If you guys all know her as Miss Badaxe. She's awesome and amazing, and we're so happy to have her on our demimod team and going into 2019 with us here.
She will be helping with our social media as well. So she'll be helping out on Twitter and Instagram and all of that fun stuff as well. So that's exciting because I need help.
And then, of course, just because, we have us that's taking a little minute breaks here and there and trying to just like, okay, we're awake, we're ready to run. Doesn't mean that any of our members here have been slacking. So it has been amazing. And thank you guys for, filling out our form and letting us know that you reached these amazing milestones of getting an affiliate or partnered or anything it is on whatever platforms. Again, we do this every 2 weeks. So in that 2 week period between starting from today until our next show, if you hit a milestone, let us know. We want to celebrate it with you. And with that being said, just want to give a huge shout out to J Drizzle 69, Morisanando, Gracie, Baby Bug, Queen Pufferfish, Fierce Daydream, Leet Spectra, No Fail Mode Games, Miss Sai Pinup, Sarah Trickshot, Renake 25, Brown Catwoman, Jane Henry, Drink Gamer Repeat, Liliana 867, Macho Molly, Zelda Chick, Jenna Mara, Gua Mist, Emilia Novosuko, and Pixarella for making affiliate on Twitch. And our very first, this is super exciting. So our very first, we're trying to figure out what it is. So the Yellow Kazoo. Shout outs to you for being able to monetize all of your videos now on YouTube. We know that's not a very easy feat to do anymore because YouTube has changed how it is and what who gets to monetize their stuff. So shout outs to you. If there is an equivalent of what that title is, that's like YouTube's equivalent to their affiliate and their partner, whatever it may be, let us know. But either way, that is super exciting. So congratulations to all of you ladies. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us so that we can let the world know on your behalf too. We appreciate you.
Yes, congratulations, ladies. And if any of you are unaware, we do have a podcast, and our first episode for 2019 will be tomorrow night with Lady Milena, our Russian babelfish, actually. And she will be, it is a pre-recorded cast because of the fact that she's in Russia. But I will be there in chat, so if you guys want to come and at least converse while listening to her awesome podcast, I'd highly recommend it. And if you want to be on the podcast, just DM me because I am the host of the podcast. And we have, I don't know, we don't have the next do we know when the next community night is? I don't think we know when the next community night is.
No, we don't. Yes. We don't know when the next stream theory or the next community night will be just yet. But we always let the girls in the Discord know first, and then we also post it up on Twitter. So definitely follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/GirlStreamers. And if you're in the Discord, we always put it up into the special announcements. But we do have some things planned for our GirlStreamers community night. But on top of that, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, okay,
February.
If you guys have any suggestions about some games that you would love to play as a community or anything, you know what, we're always open to ideas and suggestions. Let us know. Either you can just ping us or just put it out there. We're not too stingy about ideas. We love to take them in and see you guys. So according to Crease here, February will be the next stream theory. Not a specific day in February, just all of February is just stream theory. Right?
All of February.
Like every day. All of February. All day, every day.
And we always like to give a shout out to our Girl Streamer of the Month. That is voted on by you guys, the community. I always screw up on her name. Ava Letixa. Take it away. Awesome, and congratulations to Avel. I don't know how to say your name, so you're able to.
I do the same thing. She even said it. She even said it, and I still can't say it.
Right?
So it's Avel. Avel Avelite. Ah, she hates us. We're gonna stop. But she's absolutely fantastic. And that's it. That brings us to our close. So I'm so happy to be here with you again, Nymphodora.
Yeah, I know we're still both. I am now closer to you in time. Instead of 6 hours separated, we're now 3 hours separated.
Currently 2.
Currently 2. Oh, it's only 2 hours right now. Okay.
Yeah. When daylight savings comes around again, then it will be 3 hours.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Time does not change for me.
That's right. Okay. Because his mom is okay. Yeah. Because we always get confused when we talk to his mom, who also lives in Hawaii. So I'm even closer to you right now. So we're both like in that foggy brain because this started like not at 8 o'clock for me anymore, which was weird. Felt real weird doing this so early in the day.
That's good. I was up and early. But thank you everybody. Thank you for all the love. If you're interested in joining our community, visit our website www.girlstreamers.com for more information. You can also follow us on Twitter at GirlStreamers. Watch and follow our stream live here on twitch.tv/girlstreamers_INC. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube if you happen to be watching after the fact. And until next time, which we will be every bi-weekly. So we'll be back here on the channel on February 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You guys have a great one. Bye.